Thing goes. Hopefully, you guys having a great and exceptional day. Of course, Instagram wants to act a fool. Alrighty, today's word of the day is ghostwrite. Stands for to ghostwrite something is to pen a book, speech, play, or any other work that will be published under someone else's name. And the reason why I chose this word today is because a lot of people love to take a lot of credit for things that they've never done. If you ever had a job if you ever had a coworker or a boss at a job who was considered to be a person that was micromanaging, to where they're up under you every single moment to the point where they're even timing how long you go to the bathroom. People that work for Amazon know all about this. They can't even take a regular bathroom break like most people. And how that's legal in today's world, I don't understand. But usually I'm sure they lobbied some state legislature or congressperson to ensure that they can do whatever the heck they want, because the United States, money talks and everything else walks. So regardless who's in the White House, governor's house, mayor's house. But I digress. But anyways, a lot of people have a ghostwriter mentality. They love to take credit for other people's work. Heck, even on social media, I'm guilty of this myself. I'll post somebody else's content, but I'm not taking credit for it. But I'll post somebody else's content just to get a good laugh or to put some good information out, whether it's a celebrity or somebody else that's putting out some funny or good information. I'll put it out there, but the credit's not due to me. It's somebody else. Clearly, my face isn't on it. My voice isn't even on there. So that's what it is. But at the end of the day, when you're dealing with a person who has a ghostwriter mentality, just learn to one, ignore them, but two, call them out for their nonsense, or as most people say, call them out for their BS, and let them know that they're full of it. And if they continuously want to proceed with their BS, then it's time for you to make the conscientious decision as an adult to move the hell on. I'll leave it at that. All right, today's quote today is by Steve Harvey. He says, "I had like 11 jobs. I've been fired 11 times because I'm not cut for that." I was a great employee, man. Every day, everybody loved me coming to work. I'm singing, telling jokes on the assembly line. I was a miserable man. I was dying. I was dying. I think I've said this quote before, but I love it because a lot of people, in a sense, mentally are dying, dying, dying. And the reason why they're dying is because they're not literally trying to live the best life that they can live. They're just always in survive mode, and they're not trying to work to be in thrive mode. They're at a place where they're just there because they have to. Because Steve Harvey's from the Midwest, West Virginia, and Cleveland, Ohio. So he's a person that comes from blue collar background, working an assembly line in a factory. And heck, if you had a factory job in the Midwest, you were doing pretty good, like in Cleveland, Detroit, Milwaukee, Chicago. That was, the Midwest became a thriving place because of factory jobs, period. Then everything else that came along with that, but he said, I was dying. A lot of people, and I've been at jobs like that where you just feel like a piece of your soul has been taken away from you. And remember, you have to be thankful to be able to have a job and to be able to work. There's a lot of people that wish they could be in your position. A lot of people that wish that they could make the kind of money you make or even have a job at all. Some people can't find a job. Or some people's, they're underemployed where they're getting paid way less. So it's these things that, you got to take it into consideration. But the reason why I can understand when he says I was dying is because if you have goals and aspirations to do other things in this life, and a lot of times your employer will know it. I remember the term quiet quitting came out 2 to 3 years ago, where people were just doing enough just to get by to keep their job. But on when they left work, they were finding other streams of income so that they could leave their job. A lot of people have moved to other foreign countries so that they can live a lifestyle that they don't have to take a vacation from. You wouldn't believe the amount of Americans that live in Central and South America, the Caribbean, parts of Asia, parts of Africa, because they want to live a different life. They don't want to have the rat race lifestyle. So a lot of them had enough assets to where they could buy enough land or whatever, or start a new business in another nation in order for them to thrive. And then you just had a lot of people that got online jobs, online businesses, and they worked their job long enough until they were able to thrive during their getting another job from a work from home perspective, or being able to work from home, have a successful online business, or both. You know what I mean? So these are the things you have to take into consideration when you look at your life. Are you thriving? Or are you, in a sense, just getting by? Or are you dying? And I'm not saying dying in the sense of you actually left this earth and you're no longer with us, because that's nothing to joke about. But are you dying inside to the point where you know you're not living your best life? Are you surrounded by people that are, they might even be good people, but they don't serve the future that you're trying to build? They don't serve the life that you're trying to live. You can answer that question. In 2024, I've left a lot of people alone because they don't serve the needs that I have. They don't serve the places I'm trying to go. They don't serve the lifestyle I'm trying to live. And I've had to let them go. And I implore everyone to let them go. Let people go that have nothing to do with your future. Doesn't mean you got to completely cut them off to the point where you don't ever speak to them again. But it does mean you need to spend less time with them, and less time talking to them, and more time going after the things in this life that you want to do. Because they can turn into nothing but a bunch of ticks. And what the ticks do, they suck you dry. And people with no goals and aspirations, when you have them, they will suck you dry. City and states that don't serve your purposes of you and where you're trying to go can suck you dry. Steve Harvey knew he had to get out of Cleveland. And now he has houses in California, Florida, Georgia, and other parts of the world. He knew he had to leave West Virginia. He went to Cleveland, Ohio. He knew he had to get on the road to become a successful comedian/entertainer. He went to Chicago. You know, Bernie Mac left Chicago, went to Los Angeles. Godfrey, great comedian, left Chicago, went to New York. It's all about what you want to do, because that's the thing. It's like, because I can use myself as an example. Look, the DMV area where I'm from has served its purpose in my life. There's nothing else for me to do in the DMV except pay bills and die at this point. I have greater goals and aspirations and other things I want to do and other people I want to be around. Because and to be around people that don't serve my future interests is a piece of me dying, in a sense. And I will not allow that to happen. And I implore you all out there to not let that happen either. So on that note, do the great DP things, like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day. Make money move so you're going to live like a fool. Take care.